Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to The Drop Off, your sound, 89.9 KWAR, right here out of Waverly, Iowa.
Yeah.
Joined by my co-host,
Ezra 2.
And myself,
DJCFOOT.
And on the phone / video, we have
Jason Caesar.
Damn. We got Jason Caesar. Hit him up on Twitter at twitter.com/Jason Caesar. CAESAR for the illiterate group. That's where it is. All right, Jason, basically, give the rundown. Who are you? I mean, a lot of people don't know, and it's your time. How would you, in a short little vibe, describe who you are?
Well, my name is Jason Caesar, CAESAR. I'm an R&B artist, singer-songwriter, world traveler, international man of mystery.
I like
I don't know. What else y'all need? I think that's about it.
Yeah, and on the musical, you did mention the slick lines in the interlude and on the intro. I mean, that really, compelled. I mean, I can't do the whole dude-to-dude thing, but, I mean, if I was to emulate myself as a female, I think you really vibed with it.
Oh, man.
Where did you grow up? I think that's one of the questions we got asked by a few people. They wanted to know that, and then kind of your childhood. I mean, how was growing up? What were you listening to? Mom, dad, your situation. How many siblings do you have?
I'm the oldest of 4.
All right.
So I have 3 younger siblings, 2 sisters, and a brother. But growing up, I mean, how when you grow up broke, you always 10, 15 years behind everybody else anyway?
Yeah.
So, our car was a 1980 and 1990. So, we never got, we were AM forever. So I had records and stuff. My uncle, who was pretty young when I was born, but, all he listened to was, Prince and the Beatles and the Four Seasons, stuff like that. He had a pretty diverse, taste in music. So that kind of got passed down to me just from being nosy and going up in the attic and snatching down records and putting them on my little play school turntable.
Would they work on that?
What's up?
Would those work on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they were 45.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. All right. Dopeness. What do you think to the date has been, the biggest peak in your career?
I don't know. It's been several, I guess. And when you look at it from nothing just happened overnight. You know how people say you got to be in the right place at the right time. That doesn't come from just being in the right place at the right time. It also comes from being prepared. So I think it was just a combination of honing my skills and traveling. Me and my homies, Lucas and my boy Juan, we just hit up random places, whatever, just to check out new sounds and go out there with nothing but a backup CD and a mic, and that was it. We go out there and rock different spots, and I would get better at just performing on the spot or freestyling or whatever. When it comes to R&B, you got to be just as quick on your toes or just as fast as you would have to be, just as mentally limber as you would have to be as a rapper. So
okay, that's what's up.
All that being prepared and then coming into situations I think the biggest U.S. move was the first Gucci Mane session, which kind of put me outside of just our little indie box and a little soul box, and it kind of exposed me to a whole different crowd. And that was it. And then we got the placement on The State versus Radric Davis. I Think I'm in Love. And then at the same time, we were pushing the Euro music, which a lot of people here aren't familiar with, but, it's pretty big overseas. So, yeah, it was just having a lot of irons in the fire at one time. There's no real method to the madness.
All right, that's what's up.
Words.
All right, speaking of Gucci Mane, who are the other people that you've collaborated with? Who do you hope to collaborate with then?
Man, I should have written this shit down.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Let's see. We got Gucci. We got Young Jock, which was on the same album. It was on the DJ Drama album. That was the movie, the first movie, and then Candy Burris off Housewives of Atlanta. Who else, man? I don't know. And then on the musical, of course, I'm forgetting about all that. We had Mace, which was kind of out there. It was off the wall, just kind of.
Yeah, I was like, damn. How'd that come up?
Well, I had some pictures of him with an underage girl.
Are you serious?
Hell nah, come on.
You had me going. I was like, oh, that's money. He left when he was hot. You screwed up.
We were just in the studio like cause you know Fat Boy
Yeah.
in house with Black Shield. So when I met Black Shield, that was when we were doing a track with Yo Gotti and Slim from 112 called Diamonds. So Fat Boy produced that, so we were in that session, and I ended up. That was the first time I had met up with Fat Boy and Big Ron, and Mo Riley was the one who put me. She put me in the Gucci session. Like she just hit me up to ask if I wanted to come down and drop something. I was like, cool. This kind of carried over from the first mixtape. This was another mixtape called Barusha that DJ Holiday put out. So anyway, met up with Fat Boy and Big Ron, and we ended up linking up and linking our LLC Poets Music up with Black Shield. So that's how we actually put the musical together. Was those combined efforts, and that was it. So Mace was in, Fat Boy was dropping a track with him. You know, Fat Boy had done Wasted for Gucci.
Yep.
So he was dropping a track for him, and just in the process of people coming through and me doing hooks for people, like Shorty Red came through one night, and we did a track called Money, 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 and that was like a week before he got locked up. Ironic.
Damn.
And that was a musical. Like that's where the whole musical concept came from. It was from just that track. We were building that track up that night. And he came in, with the beat. And I don't know, we just kind of put it together, and it came together just so well that it seemed like it was set the tone for a nice album. So that was it. So we did that, and I got, of course, Gucci up there, and man, who else? Yeah, Laws, can't forget Laws, man.
Was waiting for you to drop it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so many names, like they all just cluttered up in my mental Rolodex, man. But like Laws and the producers up there, of course. Like I met Laws, and then through him I met Justice League. So we started working together, and then I met Kels, and Kels been holding it down for us since the get-go. Like she's probably the most diverse female in the game when it comes to the marketing side and the beat side. She's sick with the tracks, but shoot, we got the musical pulled up now. Let me see. We got Team Green, Shorty Red, Justice
Fat Boy.
Yeah, Fat Boy, my boy Stanza.
Hood Beats.
Hood Beats, Kill That Anywhere track. The Business on the collab. We got that shit out now with Chris Brown, that bullshit track. Not the track, that's the name of the track. My boy Swisher. Odds and Ends. That's the track we really like vibing to right now. I think has like the most crossover appeal. That and EXO. Between EXO and I'm Not Over You, I think it's like some next level type shit. So
we've been spinning EXO and Room 269. But speaking of I'm Not Over You, let's go ahead and get into that.
Okay.
Kind of, what feelings kind of made you go like? I guess you could talk breakups and stuff. You know, they make you write in a different mode, but how did this really come together?
I think Not Over You with Odds and Ends, I was in Florida, and I met Odds and Ends through a guy named Travis McFetridge, who was with Ultra Entertainment. So met Odds and Ends, and they had done a track for some people in Europe, and we had some of the same people in common on the European scene. So I ended up being in Orlando, stopped in, did a session with them, and they ended up shooting me a couple tracks when I got back, and this happened to be one of them. And I don't know the vibe. It's an old. The sample is from Frou Frou, and it's just the original song and this song are very similar in tone, but I think this one just kind of spoke to me in a different way. Yeah. So it kind of helps you to conjure up those negative emotions, and I think that's the only way R&B cats stay sane. And rap too, I guess, man. You just gotta bleed that stuff out your system, and that's a way to do it. Just tell a story. It's more like a country song, in my opinion. I think it's written more like a country song, and then it's put to like more of a R&B pop type beat. So
interesting.
It's definitely a multifaceted song. Totally agree with you. Looking at the lyrics and stuff, I like how you mentioned that you come back, to appraise the damage.
Yeah.
That was just like it cuts. It's deep. Yeah. And then, you talking the love of the memory. Another part that spoke out was the buying 2 tickets, and you're the only one going to the movie theater.
Right. That's lonely shit, ain't it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it induces goosebumps, definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But, man, that's like, I make it a point to sing how I speak. Like, I want to write my song so that it's like you won't have a conversation with me and think I'm somebody else. Like, you can tell who I am just through the tone of my songs because they're synonymous to who I really am,
Yeah, no bullshit.
That's what's up.
No fluff.
So, how did you actually get into your like singing? Like, what inspired you to start doing R&B music?
I didn't know how to play basketball. Shit.
He is clever. Damn.
Nah,
Damn.
I don't know. I grew up singing in the church. My aunt, of course, is Shirley Caesar, the gospel singer. So in our family, you either learn how to sing or play an instrument, or that was it. You went outside to play. So I don't know. Just being around it all the time. I think for one, of course, sometimes you're just born with certain things, but you have to have that trigger that actually puts it into effect, like gets the ball rolling. So I think that was enough, just the environment, and then always being around music, just kind of, it helped you really hone your talent and find your skill set.
Okay.
Dude.
So what's up? So,
What do you got?
speaking again about artists that you worked with, what are some of the artists you would like to work with?
Man, I don't know. I pretty much work with like a lot of the people that I had slated, in my mind. I mean, you never really know who you want to work with until people really kind of
Grant you the opportunity.
yeah, until they break out and until you're in the same place at the same time or whatever. Like you always have aspirations to work with certain people, but I could say some cliche type stuff like, oh, I would have loved to work with Michael Jackson, but in real life, now, not unless I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Damn. Damn.
Like I don't know, like right now, like Taylor Swift, I would love to like. I mean, she's a great writer. Like I really appreciate people who can write and people who can actually put a melody to what they've written and make it, make somebody feel it like they feel it. So
Okay.
I'd love to work with her. Like rappers, along the lines of rappers, I think Busta Rhymes is one person I've never worked with that I would love to work with. Like he never misses.
No.
Busta always comes with hot shit, and I think he's one of the most underappreciated rappers in the game right now.
Totally agree.
So I mean, aside from that, production wise, it's like everybody I want to work with or I aspire to work with, I don't think I've even heard of them yet. Like when we get to that bridge, like when we cross that bridge, like I'll know exactly who those people are. But right now, I'm in a pretty good situation. Like I'm in a good camp. Anything I need, I have access to it beat wise, which I'm fortunate to have. A lot of people can't pick somebody up and say, I need this kind of beat or that kind of beat. Like I have the benefit of working with people who do everything.
Yeah.
So what's up?
What do you think, advice wise, you would tell somebody, who has aspirations similar, music industry, whatnot, or just like turning points? Like we talked to Raheem Devon and he talked about getting shot and left for dead in Philly, and that was kind of the turning point, telling him he's got to live through it. And then like in a similar situation with Paradome, you could think about Kanye West going through a windshield and rapping through the wire.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tough damn act to follow, ain't it?
I don't really know how you're gonna do it.
Shot up in Philly. I ain't been through no windshields. I got addicted to chapstick in 4th grade.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, and like Laws talked about, getting in the car wreck and then being broke as a joke and then finally got hit up by Justice League. Who else had a story? I don't know. Like inspiration wise, I mean, other than your chapstick addiction, what do you really think helped pull you through?
I don't know. Like all those, y'all got me wanting to make some shit up right now. Like,
all right.
I caught typhoid when I was 10. And then no, I mean, there's no real. I think those turning points are actually, they're fluid. Like they're always happening. Like every day you make a new revelation. Like either you make the revelation of you're in a great situation and you just have to keep grinding in the same direction, or you had that realization that right now you're not where you need to be and people around you aren't working as hard as they need to be working. I think that's the one thing artists need to realize when they're in a bad situation, to get out of it. It's like relationships. It's not about
damn straight.
Yeah, it's not about having these epiphanies or these these dreams. I mean, it sucks that people had to go through some stuff to realize, what their calling was in life. But then again, it's great because, they found it. But I think it's simple. It's just like treating it like your love life. If you're in a situation that's not getting you anywhere, then, that's what it is.
We gotta make that shit a ringtone. Proverbs of Jason Caesar.
Oh shit.